Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan.
Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Yeah, it's another nice day, or it turned out to be a nice day. Oh, let's take the glasses off. That's probably better. I was wondering why I couldn't see you. First, let's take a look at my blood sugar. My blood sugar is currently 9.8. I'm still coming down from before lunch where it was like 23 something. But we're all doing. Now, one thing I want to discuss with you today is hospitals. And people think, oh, well, I've been admitted to the hospital. They should make everything right in the hospital. Well, no. I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it today. The best place for a diabetic to learn how to take control of their diabetes, sorry, just a sec here, is out in the real world. It does you no good to be in a hospital setting and expect to have perfect blood sugars. I've heard so many diabetics who are being told, oh, well, you can go home now, but my blood sugar isn't perfect. They're never going to get perfect in the hospital. They have to go out. You have to see how your body's going to affect your environmental influences. Things like stress, school, eating stuff that isn't totally prepared for you. If you want the cake and you eat it, what's going to happen to your blood sugar? It's not like the hospital has a whole bunch of cake just waiting there for you to try and see if you can control your blood sugar. It isn't there. What they're going to take a look at is saying, okay, are you safe? I've been in and out of hospitals for a long time. And 2014, I can remember, I got a new pump, one of my first Medtronic, after the Via, when the ones started looking like this. I got it. I took the class, and then I went home. I made it over Christmas, and then I got what we have to assume was the flu. And oh my God, was I sick. I haven't had the flu for so long. I've been pretty good in getting the flu shot. And I think that year was the year I missed it. So I was off to Royal Columbian. And I was totally expecting any day, they got my blood sugar down. I came out of DKA. And I was expecting, oh, well, you can go home. It didn't happen. For 9 months, it didn't happen. Sorry, I should always look at the wrong spot. It should be here. But it didn't. They tried many different things. I kept having severe lows. And at one point, they thought for sure I was playing games. I was having high blood sugars, and then I'd crash during the night, and I'd wake up, with someone putting D50 into my vein. And, it was hell of a year. Because they thought I was going, sorry, I should have that there. They thought that I would be in and out fairly quickly. They put me in the overflow, and every bed in that overflow, people left and new people came in. And I met a guy who came in, and I don't know why he came in and was in our ward, but he went and had a colonoscopy done. And he was there, I don't know, 2 days maybe. We were quite friendly. They bought me an A&W hamburger at the end. Oh my God, that was good. And then eventually, boom, I started to have lows. Boom, I started to have lows. And the nursing staff finally said, enough is enough. And I was immediately moved into the high acuity unit. They thought I was screwing around and I was injecting insulin. The insulin, I had no control with. But no, they were certain somehow a visitor was slipping in. And the high acuity unit had sort of glass, kind of like a fishbowl, where you had 3 walls and then one was glass. And they regulated my insulin. And guess what happened? I dropped, and they'd have every 2 or 3 days I would go unconscious again. And I finally got a doctor. I didn't really like him, and he said, "This is only for sick people, you're not sick." And I said, "Okay." And they tried to find me a bed. And then I overheard something. He said to one of the nurses, "Why is he still here? Why is he down in the overflow if there's no room?" And she simply said, "They won't take him down there. He came up from there. They're not prepared." So I was there for a while. And then I was put into a rather large room. It was, the sun shone, it was bright, it was airy. And I can remember, I think I was put, at a later visit, I was put back in that room. But that was the only time, that whole stay. It ended up being 9 months. But that was the only stay that they weren't going to let me go until everything was right. And I don't know why we all tend to think, oh, the hospital is going to be the best. If you go in there with an emergency, you're low and you've gone low, or you're high and you've gone high, usually they will treat and get you to a safe level. Now, that safe level isn't going to be the perfect blood sugars. It's not going to happen. I once was told if I was under 12, I think they said, I could go home. And I did and was able to go. And you go on, but the hospital and type 1 diabetic, you should be in the hospital if you require it. Diabetic emergencies, fine. I'd rather you went than you didn't. But otherwise, you need to make sure. Sorry, I ran out of battery power or storage or whatever, so I had to clear a few things. But if your doctor says, okay, you can go home now, ask questions. What are you afraid of? Oh, I don't want to get sick again. What happens if this happens? Well, set up ideal blood sugars, dosage, ask him what to do if you start dropping. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Ask questions about what you're afraid of. Let them know. And that's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye.